If you're anything like me, the thought of jetting off to a new destination gets your heart racing faster than a Budget Alliance boarding call. But before you throw caution to the wind, let's chat about something every traveler needs but rarely wants to talk about. Travel insurance. Yes, it's the broccoli of the travel world. Not glamorous, not exciting, but oh so good for you. I'll break down how costly travel insurance really is, why it's worth the investment, and how to find the best policy without spending your entire souvenir budget. And I promise, I'll try to make it more entertaining than the in-flight safety video. So why you should care about travel insurance? Let's be real. When you're planning a trip, your budget is already stretched thin. Between flights, hotels, excursions, and eating your weight in local cuisine, it's easy to think, do I really need travel insurance? Short answer, yes, you do. Long answer, imagine this. You're gallivanting through the streets of Paris, taking selfies with the Eiffel Tower, when your phone decides to take its own selfie in the Seine. Or worse, you trip on cobblestones, thanks medieval Europe, and end up with a sprained ankle and a very expensive hospital bill. Travel insurance is your safety net for those oops moments. It covers everything from medical emergencies to lost luggage, trip cancellations, and even surprise cancellations by that airline you swear you'll never fly again until their next seat sale. But how much does travel insurance actually cost? Travel insurance typically costs 10% of your total trip cost. So, if your trip expenses come to $2,000, you're looking at around $100, $200. Now, before you clutch your wallet in horror, let me ask you this. Would you rather spend $100 now or risk thousands later? That's not a rhetorical question. Think about it while I tell you more. What affects the price? The cost of your travel insurance depends on several factors. Destination: going to Iceland to chase the northern lights, your insurance might be higher due to higher healthcare costs in Europe. Heading to Thailand for a beach vacation? Slightly cheaper, but still worth it. Duration: a week-long getaway? Budget-friendly? 6 months of backpacking? Time to pay a bit more for that peace of mind. Age: sorry, fellow seasoned travelers, if you're over 65, premiums tend to be higher because insurers think you're more likely to need medical attention. Coverage type: basic plans cover the essentials, cancellations, medical emergencies, while premium plans include extras like adventure sports coverage or emergency evacuations. Yes, even if you're planning to bungee jump off a bridge in New Zealand, there's insurance for that. By the way, if you want to know how to get the cheapest flights available every time, check out the first link in the description. Let's look at some real-world examples. Budget traveler: a 25-year-old heading to Mexico for a 7-day trip costing $1,500 could get basic travel insurance for around $50. That's less than your airport margarita bill. Luxury traveler: a couple spending $10,000 on a 2-week European cruise might pay around $500, $1,000 for comprehensive insurance. Pricey? Sure. But imagine the cost if you miss your ship because your flight gets delayed. Adventurer: planning a mountaineering expedition? Specialized insurance might cost a $300 for a short trip, but it's cheaper than hiring a helicopter to rescue you from a glacier. See, not all travel insurance costs are created equal. It depends on who you are, where you're going, and how wild your plans are. So, how to save money on travel insurance? Let's lighten the load on your wallet, shall we? Shop around. Don't just buy the first policy you see. Compare prices on websites like Squaremouth or Insure My Trip. Think of it as Tinder for insurance. Swipe left until you find the one. Check your credit card perks. Many premium credit cards include free travel insurance as a perk. Before you buy a separate policy, check what your card offers. Pro tip: don't assume it covers everything. Always read the fine print, preferably with a strong coffee. Skip the extras you don't need. Not planning to scuba dive or skydive? Skip those add-ons. It's like ordering pizza. Stick to the toppings you love. Buy an annual policy. If you travel frequently, an annual multi-trip policy might be cheaper than buying coverage for each trip. Bonus, you won't have to think about insurance every time you book a flight. Consider your deductible. A higher deductible usually means a lower premium, but make sure you're comfortable paying that deductible if something does go wrong. But is it really worth it? I get it. Spending money on something you hope you'll never use feels like throwing cash into a black hole. But let me tell you a quick story. A friend of mine, let's call him Alex the Uninsured, decided to wing it on a trip to Bali. All was well until Alex got food poisoning from some sketchy street food. We warned him about that shrimp. He ended up in the hospital for 3 days with a $3,000 bill. If he'd spent $75 on travel insurance, he could have saved himself a lot of stress and money. So, is it worth it? Absolutely. Think of travel insurance as the seatbelt for your trip. You might not need it, but you'll be glad it's there if you do. A few fun tips about travel insurance. Don't skip the fine print. Reading an insurance policy is like reading Shakespeare. Confusing but worth it. Make sure you know what's covered. Claim receipts are your best friend. Take pictures of everything. Lost luggage claim? Snag a selfie with the empty conveyor belt for proof. Insurance agents are like lifeguards. They're not here to stop you from swimming in deep waters, but they'll make sure you don't drown in unexpected expenses. Cancel for any reason? More like cancel for any drama. Want to bail on your trip because your ex booked the same hotel? Premium insurance might have your back. Remember, you're investing in peace of mind. Travel insurance isn't the most exciting part of planning a trip, but it's one of the smartest investments you can make. For a small percentage of your trip cost, you're protecting yourself from massive headaches and potential financial ruin. So, next time you're budgeting for your dream vacation, don't forget to factor in travel insurance. Think of it as your ultimate travel buddy. Always there, always reliable, and hopefully never needed.